Video lecture number 34, 1.4 Big Data, Big Insights, Part 2. Hello dear students and dear friends. In my last video lecture, I discussed the icebreakers of the lesson 1.4 Big Data, Big Insights, and I have also introduced you this lesson. Today too I will continue with the same lesson and I will explain you the content of this lesson 1.4 Big Data, Big Insights in detail. Friends, in my last video lecture, I have already told you that this lesson is an informative article. This article explains us what is big data, the methods of collecting data, and the uses of big data in various fields or spheres of life. Friends, as this lesson is a theoretical one, I would like to explain this lesson line by line to you. So, open your textbook of English and see the lesson Big Data, Big Insights on page number 36, or you can also read this lesson on the screen in front of me while my reading and my explanation of the lines. Now let's start reading an explanation of this lesson and the text. Big Data, Big Insights. What is big data? There is a revolution in the lifestyle of people which has been affected by a big data. So here we are explained what is big data. There is a revolution in the lifestyle of people and that has been affected by big data. Our food habits, our health care, our traveling, our scientific pursuits, you name it, and everything has changed 360 degrees. Nowadays, our food habits, our health care, our traveling, our scientific pursuits, you just name it, everything has changed completely. The massive data available with us can really work wonders. The massive data available with us really work wonders. Friends, do you know what happens when we like a post on Facebook or share a post on WhatsApp or visit any website, make online purchases or watch videos? Friends, dear students, do you know what happens when you like a post on Facebook or when we share a post on WhatsApp or visit any website or make any online purchase or just watch videos on internet? Yes, whatever activity we do online is recorded, monitored and analyzed. So whatever activity you do online on internet, it is recorded, monitored and analyzed. So a huge amount of data is collected, and by all tracking your activities or by recording your activities and analyzing it, a huge amount of data is collected. Let me give you an idea of how huge the data might be. Here the writer says that let him give you the idea how huge this data can be. Big data can be petabytes or hexabytes of data consisting of billions to trillions of records of millions of people. Now petabytes. What is petabytes? Now petabytes means units of information equal to 1000 million. Petabytes means units of information equal to 1000 million or 1000 tetrabytes. Exabytes means units of information equal to 1 quintillion or 1000 petabytes, means huge amount of data. So the writer says big data can be petabytes or exabytes of data consisting of billions to trillions of records of millions of people, all from different sources. For example, web, sales, customer or customer contact center, social media, mobile data, and so on. So this big data is quite huge, and this data is consisting of billions and trillions of records of millions of people, all from different sources, from websites, from sales, from customer contact center, from social media, from mobile data, and so on. From these various places, this big data is collected, gathered, and processed and analyzed. The data available to industries and companies is enormously increasing in volume, variation, velocity, and veracity and value. Now here, velocity means speed, and veracity means accuracy. So the data available to industries and companies is enormously, largely increasing in volume, means in its size, in variation, in speed and accuracy, and its value. Such a big data is easy to obtain, but so massive that it challenges the current computing technologies, and hence big data analytics is used to give insights that were previously incomprehensible. Now insights means understanding, and incomprehensible means ununderstandable or that cannot be understood. So this data is so large, it is so massive that it challenges the current computing technologies, and hence the big data analytics is used to give the insights that were previously incomprehensible, that was not understood earlier. So these data analysts and data analytics use this enormous data, to give the insight, to make the understanding, and to give the understanding of the people that was not done or which was not understood earlier in the past. Big data analytics is the complex process of examining large and varied data sets or big data to uncover information such as hidden patterns, unknown correlations, market trends, and customer preferences. This big data analytics is a complex process. Now here it explains the methods of collecting data. This part of the lesson explains the methods of collecting data or the methods of collecting big data. Big data analytics is the complex process examining the large varied data sets or big data to uncover information such as hidden patterns, unknown correlations, market trends, and customer preferences. So big data analytics is a very complex process of examining the large and different data sets or big data to uncover information such as the hidden patterns or the unknown correlations or market trends and customer preferences. With such a huge data available with the industries, they can have innumerable advantages. Hence, all the industries are trying to reap the maximum benefit from it. With such a huge data available with the industries, they can have innumerable advantage. With such a huge data of the people available with the industries, these industries can have innumerable advantages. Hence, all these industries are trying to reap the maximum benefit from this data. Many industries have advanced miles from their competitors. Many industries have advanced and surpassed other companies or their other competitors. It's not the amount of data that is important, but what the organizations do with the data is matters. So it is not only the amount of data that is important, but what that organization, what the organizations, what the company or what the companies do with that data is what matters. So in simple words, so the amount of data is not important, but what that organizations or what the companies do with that data is important. Now the next part of the lesson is uses of big data. There are mainly 8 uses of big data. We'll study them one by one. The first use of big data, location tracking. Big data has been useful in identifying and tracking the exact location of a place. Big data has been useful in identifying and tracking the exact location of a place. Your GPS and Google Maps make use of big data. Now all of you use Google Map. So your GPS and Google Maps make use of big data. With geographic positioning and radio frequency identification sensors, we get the real-time data about traffic, congestion on a particular route, information if the route is closed or if it is one-way route, understanding accident prone areas, etc. So with geographic positioning and radio frequency identification sensors, we get the real-time data on Google Map or on your GPS system about traffic, congestion on a particular route, information if the route is closed or if it is one-way route, or understanding accident prone areas, etc. Now see your next page. You can plan your own route according to the travel time and transportation of goods, and you can plan your own route accordingly to travel to the travel time and the transportation of goods, just because of this big data used for location tracking. If you have ordered something online, you can track the location of your goods in transit. You can also track the condition of the goods. Suppose you have ordered something online, just because of this big data used for location tracking on GPS or for Google Map, you can track the location of your goods in transit, and you can also track the condition of the goods. This has immensely helped the logistics companies to reduce risk in transport, improve speed and reliability in delivery. Now, logistics companies means the companies that transport goods to customers. Logistics companies means the companies that transport goods to customers. So this big data has immensely helped the logistics companies to reduce the risk in transport, improve speed and reliability in delivery. Now the second use of big data is understanding the weather patterns. There are weather sensors and satellites set up all around the globe. There are weather sensors and satellites set up. Huge amount of data is continuously being received from them. So there are weather sensors and satellites set up all around the globe, all around the world, and huge amount of data is continuously received from these weather sensors and satellites. They help us to understand the weather and help in weather forecasting. All these weather sensors and satellites help us to understand the weather and they help us in weather forecasting. Weather patterns give us warnings of the impending natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, tsunami, etc. Impending means about to happen, and calamities means great and often sudden damages or distresses or disasters. These all sensors or the weather patterns, particularly these weather patterns give us warnings of the impending natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, tsunami, etc. Necessary preparations to combat them can be made well in advance. To combat means to fight with. Necessary preparations, when we have the information about all these floods or earthquakes or forthcoming floods or earthquakes or tsunami, or if we have the information about the floods or earthquakes or tsunami in advance, then we can make the necessary preparations to fight with them in advance. We can study global warming, predict availability of natural resources like water. So Here the writer says that we can also study global warming and predict the availability of natural resources like water. Now the third use of big data is healthcare industry. Today we see that people have become health conscious. The smartwatches, other wearable health apps in our phone keep on collecting data. Now today people have become very health conscious. The smartwatches or the other wearable health apps in our phone keep on collecting data. We can say that there are our own mini biomedical research devices. So we can say that we have our own bio or our own mini biomedical research devices. They detect our heart rate, monitor the patient's sleep pattern, keep a record of his exercise, the distance walked, etc. And all these mini devices or all these devices detect our heart rate, monitor the patient's sleep, or they keep a record of the person's exercise and the distance walked, etc. Means that collects the data about all these things. The analysis of this data collected can give new insights and provide a personalized individual feedback to each and every person. And the analysis of this data collected can give a new understanding. Insights means understanding, and provide a personalized individual feedback to each and every person. Nowadays we have gadgets to monitor blood sugar, blood pressure, etc. at home 24/7. Monitoring can be provided to patients in hospitals too. Nowadays we have gadgets means appliances to monitor blood sugar, blood pressure, etc. at home all day and night, that is 24/7 monitoring, and this monitoring can be provided to patients in hospitals too. With the help of big data, the doctors can now have better diagnosis if of any ailment, the effect of any drug, etc. Ailment means illness, and with the help of this big data, the doctors can now have the better diagnosis of any illness or any ailment. They can have the better diagnosis, or they can also know the effect of any drug properly, etc. Unnecessary guesswork can be significantly reduced, and because of this data, unnecessary guesswork about the patient can be significantly reduced. Past records of the patients can be maintained, and better analysis of the health can be obtained because of this big data. Because of the data of that person, the past records of the patients can be maintained, and better analysis of the health of that person can be obtained just because of that big data. Big data helps in monitoring the outbreaks of epidemics and diseases. Big data helps in controlling or monitoring the outbreaks of epidemics and diseases. Just when you post your message, I am down with flu, on WhatsApp or Facebook, it will be monitored, and the areas affected by flu can be easily located and necessary precautions can be taken. Here you are given the example. For example, if you just post your message I am down with flu on WhatsApp or on Facebook, it will be monitored, and the areas affected by flu can be easily located and necessary precautions can be taken. Pharmaceutical companies would pay huge amount to receive the health data of people to promote research in the particular area. Pharmaceutical companies would pay huge amount to receive the health data of the people to promote research in the particular area. With the help of the data gathered, individuals are often given suggestions and solutions for the problems they are encountering. Encountering means facing. And with the help of this data gathered, individuals are often given suggestions and solutions for the problems they are facing. So friends, we should stop here. Today we discussed what is big data, the methods of collecting big data, and 3 uses of big data. Still 5 more uses of big data are remaining. We will discuss them in my next video lecture. We stop here. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.